like to devour all things TWD. They're a little hellish. You're gonna relish them. Relish the day. Oh yeah. Get your axe, shoot your vest, get your crossbow. It's Carol, Eliza, Barb, and Dawn. We gotta tune in before they tear us apart. They got a way right through to your heart. You gotta cherish them, or you're gonna relish them.
Good evening. Welcome to the Relishing Dead podcast, where we devour everything in the TWD universe. I'm Dawn.
I'm Carol.
I'm Eliza.
I'm Barb.
So we're waiting a few minutes on Nadine. She's having a little bit of issues, so she'll pop on when she gets ready. But we do have some news, don't we, girls?
Some exciting news.
So 30 minutes ago, someone followed our Instagram, and it was Greg Nicotero. Like, how freaking cool is that, guys? It's like...
And he did say that he had a good time, so.
Yeah.
Greg fucking Nicotero just followed the Relish and Dead podcast.
That's right.
And if you're not following us, you need to be.
That's right, because Greg fucking Nicotero is. That's right. And he's the coolest of the cool. So if you want to be a cool kid, you got to follow us.
That's right. Because he's definitely a cool kid.
He is. I love it. So, ladies, what's going on?
What else we got to talk about?
Well, Daryl Dixon's coming out soon.
Yes, thank
September,
God.
like 7th or 8th or something.
7th, I think.
So when we get back from Kingsport, Barb,
yeah,
that weekend. Yeah.
Predictions. What do you think?
They all die. It's a dream.
I'm hoping they get,
Barb.
like, at the end, go back to the States is what I'm hoping.
Well, there was some like a trailer that they put out where he's like, "We're going home," you know. But then it looks like Carol falls in woo woo with somebody.
Yeah.
So she might have to stay behind.
No, the guy will die.
Yeah, he'll die.
He'll look at the flowers.
He will. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you ain't allowed to be happy in apocalypse.
No, not at all. Especially her.
Yes.
Did we have any birthdays or anniversary celebrations this week? I don't think so, right?
Let's see. Booge had a birthday. That was what last week. Yeah.
Ken Dodge thinks that I need to switch to decaf. I mean, it's like fucking Nicotero, dude. Of course I'm going to be all amped up. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was so funny because we were just reminiscing about, could we believe that he was on the show last week? And then I just happened to check our Instagram and had a stroke. So.
And then subsequently we had a stroke.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like you put that out in the universe. So, Negan's going to join us next time.
I wonder if he showed him the picture. Yes.
I hope so.
There you go.
I forgot to hit follow back. So I just hit follow back.
I mean, he said he was going to show Jeffrey Dean. He said, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to send him a message.
So Ken is correct. It is Gene Simmons' birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the demon. Woohoo.
Song and all.
Oh, yeah.
76 years old today.
I knew there was a birthday in the universe.
Okay. So now we're following Greg. I forgot to hit that button.
We weren't in the beginning.
Well, you can follow.
We're in trouble, Lisa.
No, I mean, we were following, but when they follow you and you follow them back, you have access then to like things and stuff.
Stuff
and things.
Stuff and things.
But that's just such a pretty picture to see that G. Nicotero started following it.
Like I said, screenshot that baby and stick it up there.
I did. I sent it to you.
We're goofy.
I love it.
I can't help it.
I'm wanting a camp announcement.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I've been sending all sorts of shit on the camp page, on the attendees page. I've been posting stuff. I mean, I even did a double the other day.
You were following or were you stalking?
Well, I did a double. Normally I do like one of those little, those little gift things. I'll do one reel. But the other day I did 2 reels, hoping that I might, get double the response. But Jake ain't giving me shit.
Yeah, your Negan and Rick was side by side was hilarious.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
my
know if
response and his response.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got to say hi to everybody. Anissa, Ken, Pam, Samara,
Terry,
Zach,
Maria.
and of course Terry, our broham, our Han bro, Maria.
Oh, and the shirt design contest is getting
Oh.
ready to end soon.
Yeah.
And it's getting ridiculous. Like the submissions are absolutely off the chain. They're so good. It's going to be difficult.
I'm glad we're not having to be the final pickers.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. A lot of really good artwork, a lot of creativity. Just I'm really proud to see, like Dawn was saying last week, they may not be artists, that may not be their purview as far as livelihood, like Terry and Linda, but the creativity and the fact that they put themselves out there and did some really cool stuff is really important.
Yeah, I think everybody's creativity is phenomenal. Hey, Dawn, some people are asking about an update on Adam.
He is still in ICU. He is making some progress. They said he sat up today and ate some applesauce and some crackers, but is still like really sleepy and going back to sleep. So I guess slow progress is good progress. And thanks everyone for asking and reaching out.
Pam is asking, do we get to see all the designs or just the finalists?
We might be able to do all the designs after. You think maybe, Dawn? We'll pick out the finalists.
Because I'm thinking there's probably going to be some that we probably want a shirt of just for us.
Oh yeah.
That won't win. So yeah.
So I think after everybody votes, because we're picking the 3 finalists, is that right?
Yeah.
And then the Patreons will pick the winner.
Right.
And then once we have the winner, then maybe we can make a collage, or I can make a post of all of the designs.
Yeah.
To show everybody, because they're so creative. Everybody is just, the stuff that we've been getting is phenomenal. So, but yeah. And yes, Ken, I am stalking you. I am. But he's obsessed with me, so.
Yeah. I could draw stick figures, but that would be about it.
Hey, I got stick figures.
You got stick figures?
So Barb on her Echelon briefing games does this whole stick figure thing.
Picture.
And secretly, I have been saving every one of them.
I never even thought of that too, and I'm like, because I said, okay, this one's going to be hard, so I'm going to give them like extra numbers, and then somebody gets it. I'm like, what was it, 30 days without an accident?
But didn't you draw a penis on one of them?
I don't know.
Watch Dawn. She's like, I'm trying to think, where did that come in?
I seen it because I was like, what is that?
It didn't stump somebody, but they got
Well,
it.
my thought would have been to when the girls were down at the quarry doing laundry and they said they missed their vibrator. I would have thought, okay, maybe that was the scene,
But it was funny because, like I said in the last couple ones, I'm like, since they got it so quickly, I'm like, maybe I should really save these.
That's so funny.
For Christmas, Barb's getting a book of all of her stick figure pictures.
I can add them to Scott McCord's site.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the shit that we do.
It's a kickstand.
Yeah.
Hey, well, while we're killing time, we could do the questions.
What questions?
Well, I don't know. Didn't we used to do questions?
What?
We had questions that we would ask each other.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, well,
Or-
let's do that. Is that what we're doing to waste some time? Heck
If
yeah.
we were doing- yeah, we're wasting time.
Okay.
Where was the one that we pinned?
It's in our messenger.
I got it.
Let me look. Ooh, I just
Going
seen
to
it.
load them all
Oh,
down.
wait a minute.
never mind.
Ah!
Look at
Hey!
Oh my goodness, I'm running so behind you guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My kiddo was asking me like where snacks was, and I was like, I don't know. I'm going to do an interview, you guys. Leave me alone. I was like, I'm trying to get there.
That is okay, honey. We were just wasting time. We were just chit-chatting. It's fine.
Ah, I love this. You ladies look so amazing.
Aw, you do too. You do
Oh
too.
goodness.
Oh my God, guys, it's Nadine.
Yes.
You guys look so good. Oh, I'm so excited to be here with you all. How are y'all?
We're
Oh.
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's so hot out here. Oh my goodness.
Where are you?
I'm in LA.
Oh, yeah, it is hot.
Yeah.
It got cool here. It was like 68 degrees right now, so it got really
So jealous. It's like
Yeah.
when I say hot, it's like 97. So
Okay, that's hot. That's
But
hot.
Nadine, I'm a San Diego girl, so 90 something in LA is nothing compared to
I
80
know.
something in the South. You should know that.
you know, yeah, for sure.
I say, I'm from New York. I said, as long as it's not cold, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have here and in Tennessee and in Alabama and Georgia, we have what they call the air you can wear.
Yes.
You know.
Well, I grew up in Texas, so I know that those summers were like, I can't even go back now. Now when I go back, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
No.
I do not know how you survived filming in Georgia
Mhm.
wearing
Yeah. Was
that,
like
all of
those
that.
Julys with the hijab on was like, yo, this is great. Now, I will say in the wintertime was so great because I would have like the heating, those little hot pockets like everywhere, stuck everywhere, like everywhere. So I would say the wintertime was great. But yeah, the summer I'd be like, it's over. Like I'm not doing it.
So
Fill
funny.
me up. Let someone eat me. It's fine.
Right.
I'm just going to say this so we can get it out of the way because we're all staring at you and how beautiful you are. And you could be, what's your name, Carol? I just told you, Jennifer Hudson's twin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. After the show, during the show, me and Cooper had talked about wanting to lose weight because halfway through the show, my mom had suffered a heart attack, and she's fine now. She's absolutely fine now. Because everyone goes, oh my God. And I was like, no, she's fine now, but I really need to make a health change. And so me and Cooper talked about doing that. And of course we couldn't because we had to keep with what you were looking like. But yeah, I know everyone looks at me and goes, you look completely different. I was like, yeah, I had to do a health kind of like come to Jesus with myself and be like, hey, this isn't healthy. We gotta, body positivity is great. And I loved myself then and I love myself now, but I had to, go, hey, I got to get a little healthier here. And so, yeah.
May I ask you what process you used?
I watched, what I learned was I was having a hard time losing weight at first. And then I had to watch calories. I had to go to a doctor to figure out, I'm not going to tell my age, but I have a 21-year-old, right?
So you're 29.
We'll go with that. And I learned that women that are older in age, we have a hard time losing weight because of our our levels are off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so we have to get like our vitamins and where we are and just kind of our, everything. And so they taught me about just getting vitamins and getting a lot of different vitamins to figure out like our pH balance, what's happening with us. So I had to get those in line and take a lot of multivitamins and just get all of those, And so it wasn't just about, they were like, you can watch your calorie intake, you can exercise all you want, but if you don't get those in line,
not gonna make
and they don't tell you that. They just tell you get on Weight Watchers or get on this and get on that, and you're supposed to lose weight, and you're like, but it's not coming. It's
I
not
know.
It's
Yeah.
that
And
it's
so-
like calories in, calories out bullshit.
It does not work. It doesn't.
Yeah, it does not. It does not. I had to do
So that's
basically
what I
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So I
very-
did that. I watched what I ate, but I literally had to get that in line, take a lot of vitamins and take multivitamins, and just I went to a doctor and they had to like monitor. I didn't know that I was anemic, and I was like, that had a lot to do with it. And I just did a lot of things I just didn't know. So I would have had a full physical done, and they looked at everything and was like, oh, you know that you're like low in vitamin D and stuff like that. And so it was like, oh, I didn't realize that, So yeah.
So one of the things that we like to do, Nadine, is we don't, we want to talk about obviously your time on The Walking Dead and everything, but we also want to kind of introduce the audience to you and to other things that you've done. And so we did a little bit of background research, in finding out, I found out, that you grew up around acting. Your mom was a theater stage actress,
Yes.
and you used to run around the house performing as characters, and you would have conversations with your mom, and she was obviously very great because she would pick up and be a character in the conversation with you. And then you actually started doing stage productions, and I really tried hard to find a video clip of your production of The Ugly Truth, because in 2012 you won an award for Best Actress in a Lead Role for The Ugly Truth.
Yeah, that was the playwrights. This guy named Giles King, and he still runs a theater in Dallas. He used to put like 5 short plays on, and he still he runs a theater there now. And he put on like 5 short plays, and it's always I always tell people when you want to get into acting, find theater. And if you're scared of doing a full production, find little small theater productions where they put on little small plays where you use like 25 pages or 15 pages, and it kind of gives you a chance to jump in without fully doing a full production. And you can kind of get a feel for small things like that. Yeah.
So in your, I was a theater kid.
Yeah.
And so I have to ask you, I know Aliza said something about you, running around the house singing and stuff like that. Now, as a child, the things that I would do would be to put on performances in my living room where nobody was there, and I would be making up stuff. Do you find that as an adult in your downtime that you still create these scenarios and play things out in your head?
I do. One thing I still do with my son. I do it with my son. I do it with my niece and nephew. The funny thing is, this takes me back to like when my son graduated from high school. I took a trip to New York, and we went to like the Met, and the statues that were around the Met. The big stone statues, they're always missing like a piece. They're either missing a nose, or they're missing, a special piece, or fingers or whatever, right? And he would like, Mom, he was like, describe to me what's going on. And so I would go, he's missing that because of this. And I was like, they snatched it off because of this. And so I would become this person, and I'd go, he lost that because she's looking at that. And he no longer loves him because of this, that, and the other. And so I would do characters, or he'd do the voices, Mom, do the voices. And my niece and nephew, I do that to them too. I'd go, my voice is gone, or I change a voice or something like that. I'm always becoming some sort of character for them. And it keeps it warm, but it's also fun. They love it. So yeah, I do it now as an adult.
So funny. When did you make the jump from stage to screen?
It was so I was doing this play called, I'm trying to think of what I was at. I think it was the Wiley Theater in Dallas. And we're doing I'm trying to think of, because I know the play was, I'm trying to think. It was Vanya, Sonia, Masha. It was that play. And this guy named Bob, whose manager was working during that particular play. And I saw all my friends doing it, like jumping in, doing television and film. And I thought it was something that I wanted to do then. And I was slowly doing what we call industrials,
Mhm.
where you do like behind the scenes training videos for corporations. And I had done industrials for La Quinta. So if you own like a La Quinta and you go do their training videos, I don't know if it's still that way, but I was their training person. So if you go do it, I'd be like, oh, welcome to La Quinta. I did a lot of their training videos. And so when it came time to do that, Bob's manager at the time was like, hey, I have this audition, would love to, submit you for it. And the very first audition I did was Better Call Saul. And it just happened to be that. And so my introduction to that was like here. I'd never done anything before. So I was going to this set being brand new. And Bob was so great. So I've always had great number ones. Oh, they've been so great.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing one to get thrown into because there's a huge fandom of Better Call Saul as well.
So great. He was so great. Such a great number one. So I've had the luck of never having a bad number one. So and him and Andy, like I know, knock on wood, I've never had a bad number one.
Wow.
So that's why I tell people when people are like, well, this person, I'm like, I've always had great number one. I really am a great number one. Yeah.
No shame in that.
No shame,
We have a lot of people in the audience that are saying hi to you, and they're very excited that you're on tonight. A lot of them actually met you at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We were super excited to have you at the camp this year. It was so fantastic.
So glad to be there. It was so much fun.
Yes.
But we have a lot of them have sent pictures in.
Oh, yes.
Just like to meet you.
I had such a good time. Yes.
Sam got to meet you. And Tina gave you some artwork.
I have that right here.
Aww.
I have that.
Nice.
I have it.
Julie, of course. She's
Yes.
one of our camp. We love Julie. She's one of our Patreons as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Barb and Dawn, of course, got their picture taken with you.
Yes.
And I didn't get my picture taken with you, but you did sign Oscar's artwork for me, and you hugged me. So that was
yes, I did.
Yeah. And then you were also part of our yearly family picture.
Yeah.
I got to sit by her.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And of course, Jerry's behind you doing the peace signs. I love that. That's so
People
funny.
always laugh because we're such a brother and sister. It's so unreal.
Well, it's funny because I have another picture later on of the past with you, and you're doing it to him.
When I tell you we're such brother, people are always like, you guys are such a couple that when we read that we were going to be like the very first time we read and we were like, we're kissing. And I looked at him, he was like, I know. And I was like, dude, no, I'm not going to kiss. It was so weird because we're such goofballs towards each other that it's unreal. It's so unreal.
So funny.
Yeah.
We were all, everybody at the camp was just elated to have you come. We were so excited to meet you and see you, and you were a highlight for so many of us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys made me feel so welcome. It was such a good time. I'd never been, and everyone had been talking about the camp, and I was like, how come I never been? Because I had talked to Oscar before he had ever done the camp. The camp was just an idea the last time I had talked to him about it years ago. And we had never, I don't know what had happened. And I was just like, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just figure out what's going on. And so we reached out and were able to get it done. And I was like, I'm so glad. Yeah. It was such a good time.
It's definitely not like any other fan convention you've ever done.
It's definitely something I will definitely do again. I had such a great time. And anyone that got to do last night there, we did this word
Mad Libs.
That was so much fun. That was so much fun. That was definitely like one of the fun events. I was like, if you missed out on Mad Libs, you missed it because it was such a fun Mad Libs.
Yeah. Anissa mentioned Mad Libs, and Pam mentioned that she loved beer pong even if your team beat hers.
We did. Such a good time. We did.
That's awesome.
He had such a
So, were you a fan of The Walking Dead before, and how did you end up with this role?
So, okay. There's an interesting story here. So my kid was a fan of Walking Dead. I had not watched it yet. So I came in blindly to it. When I received the audition, it said woman with fabric around head. So I did not know how to take that at the time. And when you see Michonne has a piece of fabric around her head.
Mhm.
I think that's how it was supposed to be portrayed. So no one, when I read it, I didn't read it that way because I had not seen it.
Mhm.
So I thought fabric around head was the hijab.
Mhm.
So I put a hijab on.
Oh.
So when I got to set, now this came from Scott when we were talking. I don't know how true it is, but this is what he told me. Is when I got there, he was like, "Hey, what happened to the scarf around your head?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just a piece of fabric that I wore." And then it was like, "Oh, we need to learn how to tie this and everything." And so, from my understanding, is I created her to wear that because I was the only one that auditioned with that. She was not originally written that way.
Wow.
So that's how that was. I don't know the history behind it, but that is what it was told to me.
Wow.
Is that so I was like, "Oh, okay,
Cool.
You know, that's one of the strong points of. And all right, let us clear this up. Say her name.
Nabila."
Nabila. Okay, because we've had every variation of it.
Nabila. Now I will tell you this, Melissa. Every time I saw Melissa would go Nibila. Melissa constantly says Nibila.
I like
Nibila. She's like, Nibila.
The Barb's from New York, so hers was Nabila.
Nabila.
Yeah.
I'll take that too.
I like that. I like Nibla.
The same way.
Yeah. Every time Melissa saw me, she'd be like, Nibila, Nibila. I think that was her own little special nickname. I'll take that now. Yeah.
I love that.
You know, I felt that her character was underutilized.
Yeah.
Because she was such a strong character. And one of the things that I really respected about that character was the fact that even through the end of the world, she held strong to her faith and her belief by continuing to wear the hijab long after there was probably a necessity, right? Or kind of a doctrine that would have said she needed to continue wearing that. That was just such a strong indicator of her faith beyond the world as they knew it. Did you have a backstory that was created, or did you create a backstory for her?
That's a good question. So they never gave me a backstory. Two things I really appreciate about them is they never allowed her to be kind of trapped into that. And the reason I say that is because so many religions wear this form of headdress. A lot of people just always go, "Oh, this is Muslim," and it's so many different religions wear a form of head garb. And so it allowed, when I went to different countries, or I went to other places, people would go, "I wear a hijab," especially like younger kids would go, "Oh, my friend wears a headpiece," or "My friends wear this." So it allowed so many people to have a connection to her. Now you're going to run across people who may have an ignorance and go, "You did this," or "They did this." And it's like, that's fine, whatever. You're going to catch those people anyway. But it allows so many people to be connected because it wasn't just one particular thing. I was never given a backstory, but the backstory that I wrote for her, for me, was the reason it was important to keep that on the entire time was her family. I don't think this particular character, because I never saw her pray, it was never written for her to pray, it was in these type of times, sometimes you don't so much lean on prayer, but it's kind of like sometimes we hold on to the things our parents do that keep them near us. So to me, it's almost like she held on to it because maybe her parents believed in this, and because they're not around, that was her thing she kept on, because that was her closeness to them.
Connection.
Yes.
Right.
And so her way of believing and holding on this was the thing that she held on to for them. And even if there was a piece of her that believed a little bit, this was hers.
Right.
And so that's what I held on to. That's what allowed her to hold on to the headpiece, was like, if my mom believed or my father believed even a little bit, this was me holding on to a piece of them.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
so good.
And the character Glenn had said to, I can't even remember what her name is, Enid. He had said that you're around, so they're around. They're still here, and I think that you're spot on. And the importance of so many other people being seen.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead has done such a great job with relationships, crossing barriers.
Yeah.
Whether it be ethnic barriers, religious barriers, sexual barriers, they've done a great job of not continuing the prejudices that we see today in their characters. And I think that that's so important for so many people to see a character on the screen that they can relate to.
I love that.
You just don't see that a lot.
Mhm.
I think the studios and I think the production companies are getting better at it, but I think they still need to do better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think The Walking Dead has done a great job where that's concerned. So
I think you're right. I think they're coming along with. I think that's what I did love about that show is we had a female showrunner, Angela, that we had female producers that were out there with us. Like one of our very last episodes was out in the snow. Most people didn't know the last episode where we were in the dark and Angel's character gets kidnapped. Most people didn't know that episode, and I don't know if it was ever talked about, that episode was supposed to be taking place in the summertime, right? But it rained that night. I mean, it snowed that night in Atlanta.
yeah.
And it snowed so bad that they had to bring out blow torches to melt the snow because it was supposed to be summertime.
Wow.
And one of our producers was out there with us in the snow. This woman was out there with us when any other producer anywhere else would be, behind the scenes, waving from Hollywood and doing whatever. But she was out there with us, out there with us. And when I asked her, I was like, well, why were you out there? She was like, why would I let you be out there and I'm not out there with you?
I love that.
And I'm thinking, this is what, this is why we have badass women out here doing, this is who I want to be. This is who I want to be surrounded around,
Yeah. Back in the 90s, Laura Mulvey had written a great article, and it was a reflection of women in film over history and pardon me guys, but it was, the male gaze and how the male gaze entrapped women in the cinematic world, whether it was a direct view of women and how they were viewed through the lens of the camera, through, proportioning in on their body or catcalls towards them. And women were so frail and dependent upon their male counterparts. And it's so good, like Carol was saying, to see a show like The Walking Dead have such strong female leads and co-leads throughout the whole duration of the series. And Nabila was definitely one of those. Like I said, I feel like she could have had a stronger front presence. Because she definitely was. She was calm, cool. She wrestled the savior, got the gun, took everybody to freedom.
Well, now let's be honest. She did piss her pants, or almost piss her pants, when she was with Kiva. So
True that. Yeah.
badass, but she wasn't all badass.
You're right. You're definitely right.
So how do you act with a fake tiger?
And to be honest, I did not know it was a fake tiger. It was going to be a fake tiger because that was my very first day on set. It was my very first. So I had no idea that was going to be a fake tiger. I literally was like, oh, so I remember making the call that day to my agent going, they're talking about a tiger. I was like, they're talking about a tiger. And because I hadn't seen the show, I was like, they're talking about a tiger. And he was like, no, there's not a tiger. And I was like, no, they keep talking about a tiger. And he was like, I don't think there's a tiger, Nadine. And I was like, no, people are talking about a tiger. and sure enough, they showed me the head and I was like, okay, we're good. But before then, I was like, they're definitely talking about a tiger. We're definitely talking about a tiger. But yeah.
Where's my contract? Where's my
I was
contract?
like, I don't think we're talking about hazard pay here, you guys.
With
Are
all your funny lines, did you ever get to do any ad libbing on your own? And they kept it in.
No, but one of the and shouts out, it was just to go back, it was Denise who was the producer that was out in the snow with us. So
Denise
shouts
who?
out to
Okay.
Denise was the producer that was out in the snow with us. But the one of the scenes that most people really love, that most people don't know was written, that Norm, that most people think Norm is such a big, strong, like not sense. He's such a sensitive guy. He's such a sensitive guy. Was the scene where I am, where I'm hurt and I go to the house and a walker comes out of the house and my babies are supposed to be in the house and I let out cry.
Yeah.
That scene was not written that way.
Wow.
That scene was created by Norm Reedus.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
that episode was created by what was actually a combination of Greg Nicotero, who you all had on, and Norm Reedus. First of all, Greg, I love Greg will tell you that I braid his hair. I love braiding his hair. But,
Oh my God. Don't give me that. Do not give me that, Nadine. Please do not.
He's such a great musician. But him and Norm Reedus created that scene together. So we were filming that day, and we had gone to the house, and him and Norm Reedus do what they do when they make magic together. And him and Norm Reedus figured out something was missing, because they were just like, hey, she would not go to this house that her babies are supposed to be in and see a walker walk out and not have some visceral reaction. Something's missing. And we all knew something was happening, but they, and Norm was like, she would do something. She would say something. She would do something. And Greg walks over and is like, I need you to just let go. He's like, I need you to let go, like something. And we're like, okay. And he was like, yeah. And so we took a minute, and, I look at Cooper, and Cooper was like, Cooper spent time with my son, and Cooper was like, I just need you to, he was like, just wherever you go, I'll go with you. And we were like, and my son's name is EJ. And he was like, BJ was in that house. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's go. And so we went there, and it was like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's that scene came straight out of the wonderful world of Norm Reedus and Greg Nicotero. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes, love that.
So we've done, let's see, you have done quite a few things. Righteous Cry.
Yes.
You've done Dawn.
That was the short. Dawn is a great, now here's a piece of info that you all might not know. Dawn is a piece done by a great director, Yaki Smith, who's a great film director. But the woman that's in that is Michaela Gibson, who's one of my best friends. But Michaela also played in Fear the Walking Dead. She's a good friend of mine who was in Fear. She played Doris in Fear.
Oh,
Okay.
I know. She's one of my best friends, and I did not know she was in Fear. And because we signed NDAs, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Right.
And so Michael calls me and is like, hey, so your friend is on set and she's scared to, she's not supposed to tell you she's on set. And I was like, who? And he's like, Michaela. And I'm like, I call him like, girl, you can tell me. We're on the same show.
we're on the same team.
And you have to do not tell me you're on the show. And she's one of my best friends in the world. When I tell you, one of my best friends. But yeah, she's a great actress, and her husband's a great filmmaker. And so, yeah, we had done that film years before this. But yeah, so full circle moment. One of my best friends had made it on to Fear the Walking Dead in Austin where they were filming. And so, yeah.
And then you did Baskets.
I did an episode on Baskets. Yeah, I had fun with that one. He cussed me out on that one.
Who did?
A couple times. Galifianakis.
Okay. He's good at that.
He was supposed to, but he was like tried a couple things. He was like, "You don't mind if I cut you out?" I was like, "No, go for it. Whatever, we'll figure it out." Yeah. We did a
And
couple.
then
Yeah.
this is your character on Better Call Saul. And I
Yes.
love your character. She was so great.
We
But
honestly so much fun.
here's the picture that I was talking about. And I'm sorry, it was actually behind Tom Payne's head that you were doing the rabbit ears.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah. So that seems to be a reoccurring theme.
we have, as a group, it is literally a big old family. I think every time we get together, we all feel like we're just, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I guess you all feel like that as well when we feel like that when we see you all again. It's like, it's nothing I've ever experienced working and being with people. It's like you create this kind of family with people that you're like, I remember you. We've created something.
Yeah.
And you just don't kind of get that feeling anywhere else, you
And
know.
that's what we were telling Greg last week was, did they, and you guys as well, recognize the family unit that was being created as a result of this show? I mean, the four of us would never have met had it not been for this show. There's just, we go to the camp to see one another, and you guys there just kind of happens to be the icing on the cake. But we lean on each other. We hold auctions to help each other. It's just, did y'all ever talk about that? Did you ever recognize that?
We do, especially during the pandemic, we all leaned on each other a lot because we couldn't really, like, we were stuck in the same hotel a lot. And so we spent a lot of time just really spending, like, me and Carrie Cahill are really, really close. So we talk often, and we spend so much time together. At that time we were in the same hotel and we'd be on different floors, and you'd be like, are you here yet? Are you here yet? I would make dinner or she would make dinner. Me and Angel are really close. Me and Paola are really close. I went to her wedding. Like, we created this bond where she has to, if Paola comes to LA and doesn't call me, we have a problem. We definitely have a problem,
Right.
I just messaged Margot and was like, when are you coming? What is going on? Because you just have this thing that you're just like, no one else knows what it feels like to do what we did, and have this thing, and even with you all, it's like no one else knows kind of to feel all the feels,
Yeah.
It's like when you share or you tell me that, what your kids have went through, or what or people that have, like, I've talked to that remember when my kid was little, and they're like, oh, I remember when you did this, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember telling you about this, or you told me about that, and we share these memories, and we kind of grew up together. I hate to say we meet again and we talk about what's happened over the last year in life,
Yeah.
And our first time doing something and meeting, it's like, we kind of just created this thing. I remember the first year we were there, Cooper was getting married, and I'm like, dude, Aubin is not just your wife, Aubin is our wife. Like, Aubin is the greatest ever, Yeah, so you're kind of like, I'm older than Carrie and Cooper, so he's like he's my little brother.
Yeah.
My big little brother, so it just feels, it's so different, but it's just like, you often wonder if even when you go to do another project, if it'll ever, I don't think anything will be like this.
Mm-mm.
Right. Right.
I love that. You explained that so good.
I think we can all, and everybody in the audience, and probably anybody that watches this, can, if they're a Walking Dead fan and they've ever met any of the cast, will tell you that the love and the kindness that you show back to us, we don't get from other actors. I've met so many actors throughout my life, and they're kind and they're cordial for the most part, but with you guys, there's that genuine love that you give back, or at least we hope it's the genuine love, because that's what we feel that from you guys, and it's so appreciated, and we do greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize that I get up just like you get up. You choose to turn your television station on a channel just like we do. You know what I mean? Like, I care about my kid just like you did. You went through labor just like I did. You know what I mean? Like we're all human. And there are times when I might not have this show or anything else, but we bleed the same. You know what I mean? We get up and have the same fears. You've had a broken heart. I've had a broken heart. We're going to have ups. We're going to have downs. And there's going to be times that you're like, hey, how you doing today? I'm doing good. How you doing today? Like there are ups and downs. I just happen to be on a show that you love. And there are going to be moments where I'm like, man, you know, your stuff isn't televised where mine is, but that doesn't make mine more valuable. That doesn't make anything more valuable. And any actor that feels that way, will tis on them. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not okay. You know,
I love that. And I love you, Nadine. Oh my God.
I love you. I love you back. Yeah, no. I've met some actors where I've been like, okay, well,
Okay.
Have you had a soured experience meeting some actors?
I
You don't have to name names, but
I'm not going to name names. I had some where I've been like, oh, okay, well, that was interesting. That was interesting. Okay.
There's a little story back in 2019 at Walker Stalker. I had a little conversation with you, and I know Angel had a little problem there. And then you did this whole TikTok, and that's how I started learning sign language, was because of that whole thing there.
Man, yes.
I had some private conversations back at that time, and I thanked you for speaking out for her and stuff. So I started learning sign language because of that.
That's so awesome.
2019.
Angel teaches me bad words.
What else do you need?
our favorite one is bitch.
Yeah.
You know what? She teaches me all the time. When I tell you, she's such a when I tell you that girl crazy. She's so, but we still catch up and talk. She messaged me the other day when she comes. She's another one that if she comes to LA and doesn't call me, it's a problem. Yeah, she's definitely a little sister too.
Yeah, we've met her a couple of times at the camp and have absolutely just, I don't think that there's been a single actor from the show that we've met at the camp or any other con that we have not just thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
Have you had any weird interactions with fans other than the four of us bombarding you at the camp?
No, you guys didn't bombard me. I haven't. I haven't had any weird interactions with fans at all. I remember years ago, it wasn't so much weird. I think people were more worried because years ago, I used to wear the hijab one day in memory. I always wore it one day in memory of people who couldn't take it off. Mm-hmm. And when I was in London, I wore it one day. And I remember at one point they were scared because there was a lot of threats at one point. And so they were like, hey, you may want to take it off while we're leaving because it's getting a little hectic.
Wow.
And this was at the time when I was getting a lot of threats about it. And this was at the height of this was when a certain someone was getting first in office, and it was getting very, very, I was getting a lot of just not so nice threats.
Yeah. And
it was like, okay, this is becoming really, really not good. And it didn't do anything but make me want to wear it more.
Right.
But, just out of just because so many people can't, and they should have the right to wear whatever they want and do whatever they want. And but I haven't had any weird interactions.
So nobody's bit you like that one woman that bit Norman?
No, I haven't had anyone bit me. I have had people tell me that they wanted to. I did have one woman that told me, she was like, I want to choke you because I love Cooper so much. And I was like, do not choke me. I am not the wife. The wife is somewhere else. She's the one that you want. I am not the real one. I am the pretend one.
Well, if you come to the camp next year, just wait. We got some weird plans for you.
Yeah.
Like I am not that one. I will say this year, I feel so bad because there was one lady, and I can't think of your name. If you're on here, please let me know. But we used her picture to write messages back and forth about Cooper. So I would write, I have the better signature, and then she would take it to Cooper, and Cooper would write, but I'm the better signature. We just went back and forth on her poor picture. Writing just who's the better person.
That's fantastic.
But I feel so bad for her because her poor picture just had signatures of us writing back and forth. but
that's a classic. That's an original one of a
I
kind.
know she's the only person that had like these signatures back and forth from us.
Right.
So funny. So
She
funny.
got text messages on her
She
photograph.
did. She literally got these writings back and forth.
Mhm.
Because we're just like two little kids that need to be put in that corner.
So have you had Cooper's cobbler?
Now one time at Walker Stalker, everyone kept bringing me cobbler, and I was like, so I've had Cooper's cobbler plenty of times at his house. I like his wife's cooking a little bit more because she makes these like, I don't know, she makes these what are they? They're like there's some kind of like rice cakes. And I love those. And I was like, if you would just get Aubin to make me a bunch of rice cakes, I like those more than his coffee. His cobbler's great, but Aubin's food is a little bit better.
If we ever have Cooper on the show, you're in trouble. I'm telling him.
You have to tell him. Be like, Nadine says she likes your wife's rice cakes better. He's gonna
we've been trying for 2 years now to get him on. So yeah.
We're working on it.
I'll send him a text and be like, hey, go do this show.
Yeah.
You see him all the time.
Exactly. Nadine, one of our Patreons, Anissa, she asked, how cool was it getting to work at the Kingdom set at Tyler Perry Studios?
Yeah.
It was nice. Now, this was before all his studios were really built. So I didn't really get to see the studio at its finest because he hadn't launched it yet. This was like before everything had gone up. I think the only thing that was really there was like, they were still building the stuff. Nothing was really built, but seeing that set where we were was really great. I think while we were there, like Just Mercy was being filmed because it was in that building that was right next to us. But it was nice to see that big studio, but we didn't get to tour it or do anything like that. But it was nice seeing what they had done with that portion and all the details that went into our different buildings and stuff like that. I think I missed the Kingdom having their kingdom. I would have loved to have seen like a throwback of how the Kingdom came to be.
Yeah.
I would have
Dawn.
Tales of the Walking Dead.
If they had done like 4 episodes or 6 episode thing of like how everyone made their way to a prequel of how everyone made their way to the Kingdom. That'd have been it. I've heard people say, oh, we would have loved to have seen like an episode of them doing a small wedding of ours or something like that between us, you know.
Dawn's the Tales of the Walking Dead queen for sure. She's got a whole list of background stories, and she told Scott Gimple almost all of them.
You should write them. You should write them fully out and then just send them to them. Be like, you should write them fully out all the way.
Everybody was excited when they came out with the Tales of the Walking Dead because we thought, ooh, we're gonna get some great backstories, and then it was like, what the hell,
What's so funny is when they made the spinoff about the 4 girls. My dad had not watched the show enough that he was like, hey, is this your kid? Because this girl looks just like you. And I was like, she does look like me, but that's not my kid. That's not my kid. I was like, but she looks just like, I was like, I get it, but that's not my kid. I was like, stop putting this on the and of course he's so much older, so he's like writing it on Facebook. And I was like, take that down. People are gonna think that's real. Don't do that.
So I have to ask you, your child watched The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Before you even got your audition.
Yes.
What was their response when they found out that their mom was going to be on the show that they loved so much?
So the thing is, he couldn't know for a year because at the time he was in 8th grade, and of course an 8th grader cannot hold anything, so he couldn't know.
Right.
So, Kari and oh my God, I'm going blank. Kari and the rest of the cast had made a video the first day I was on set just saying, hi, welcome to the Kingdom. And it was all their idea to be like, your mom's on the Kingdom. And I had to hold it for a year.
Oh, wow.
Right? So I held this video for him, and they were like, just talking to the camera and being like, "Hey, welcome to the kingdom. So your mom's part of the kingdom. You're part of the kingdom," because we thought I was only going to be in one episode. That was the only deal. We didn't know I was going to be brought back.
Yeah.
And so they made this video for him, and then the day that I was gonna shoot, that it was coming on air, I was like, "Hey, bud, I want to show you this video," and I showed it to him, and he was like, "What?" And I showed him the video beforehand, and he's just staring at the video. And then we go to watch the show, and he's like,
What?
there for a second, and I was like, "Okay," and he's like, and pandemonium happens, and he's like, "You're the Walking Dead," yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was exciting to see. Now, after that, it doesn't matter. I'm not cool anymore.
Right.
He got to meet like Cooper, and then him and Cooper like played piano, and they became buddies. So it was no longer about me.
Right.
It was like Cooper is the fan, and then it became on Carrie. So it was like Cooper on Carrie. It was like I no longer mattered. It was never a big deal to me anymore. It was like, and even now he's like, okay, whatever. He's like him and Angel text. It's like whatever.
Like mom's mom.
Yes. Karen. So Karen is the reason I came to camp, because Karen was like, "Hey, why are you not at camp?"
Yay.
Bring her back, Karen. Bring her back next year.
Karen
Bring
is the
her
reason
back.
I'm at camp.
Yeah.
Karen is definitely the reason.
Well, I have to ask the famous question that Elisa always makes me ask. Did you ever take anything home from set? That you could keep?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of my costumers is one of my good friends, Mary. Mary is a master seamstress. She works on a lot of Tyler Perry stuff and she's just a master seamstress. And so I would go up into her little sewing area and learn how to, because I love sewing. And so I would learn how to like sew pockets. And so like a lot of the stuff that they would wear, I would learn how to sew from Mary. And so they have our closets there. And so our last day, our last day, I went into our closet and I grabbed so much stuff. And Mary was like, "Nadine," I was like, "You're not going to use it." So a couple of things that I took that was important to me is, and I'll see if you all know where this is from. Hold on.
Hey, Barb and Dawn, this is where y'all come in.
That's right.
Season 1, episode 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Barb, get ready.
One of the things that I grabbed was this. Do y'all remember this?
I kind of do.
Does this look familiar?
That's the one that was in that the Whiskers took, and they.
This was our Halloween costume.
Yeah.
We were all tigers.
Right.
It's a carnival.
Oh,
We went to the carnival and we're all family of tigers
Yes.
and stuff.
yes.
We're all tigers. So I stole that. And so one thing I wore consistently under the hijab was a bandana. That it was like a little blue bandana that went under every single hijab I wore. It was like this blue bandana. It was just kind of a thing that I wore from day one.
Mhm.
And so I kept that because I wore it every single time from the very first day to the very last day of filming. But it was under every piece that I wore. So I took that home. My boots that I wore, some shirts. I even took a large shirt that was Cooper's, so I could make it into a smaller, like a smaller dress for me.
So funny.
But yeah, oh yeah.
Barb has the baby that you were carrying in that picture. Barb, show her the baby. So there's
Is that
the baby.
So is that the real baby or the dead baby? Is that the dead? Yeah, that was the. I told you that was the Walker baby.
Yeah.
That was the Walker baby. The people didn't know that story. I think was it you? I told that story too about the Walker baby. How I got tricked into carrying the Walker baby.
Oh no, really?
Yes. I was holding they gave me a baby. I don't know if it was Cooper or who it was that wrapped up a baby and gave me a baby. No one will admit to it. But they wrapped up a baby and then I carried the baby. And then I lifted the baby up and I was like, oh, but it was a Walker baby. It was not a baby. It was not like a regular baby. It was a Walker baby.
Oh God,
So yes, no one will admit to it, but
that's so funny. That sounds like a Norman prank.
yeah, it was somebody. Nobody will admit to it, but yes. But I miss too. I miss my babes. I miss
Yeah,
my babes.
babies.
We still message often, but I was pretend mommy. That's what they call me, pretend mommy. And all of those kids were
Aw.
super, super sweet, and their parents were just as sweet as possible. I tried to spend as much time as I could with them before set because I wanted their parents to feel comfortable with who their kid would be around
Yeah.
on set, and I wanted the kids to feel comfortable with who they were going to be around,
Right.
Mhm.
especially the babies, and
Yeah.
the young kids to know this is they're gonna even if they're with me for 5 minutes, I want them to know like, hey, you're gonna be around me, and this is what I feel like, and this is what my energy is like, and I want
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
just
Is there
that's a
anything upcoming that you can talk about?
not right now. Right now, I'm just auditioning. I'm doing a lot of writing. I just wrote a short for me and my son, so that's my focus right now is to get this short done, and yeah, that's what I'm working. I'm moving into the writing side of things.
Do you have any funny tells behind the scenes or while filming?
Oh,
We're
there's
hoping that they come out with a blooper reel. We're dying for that to be released.
they don't want. So let me see if I can. Oh my god, because I don't want to tell on myself. Um, oh my god, the horrible, horrible moment. Things you should not do.
We want it. We want it all.
Okay. Under the hijab, a lot because my ears are covered. I would wear my iPods. Is that what they're called? iPods, right? I would wear my iPods a lot because, especially if I wasn't talking, you're never gonna know that I'm. You're never gonna know that I'm wearing iPods on it. I'm listening to music. You're never gonna know. I can still hear.
Right.
Never know. I'm wearing iPods, right? You'll never know. Um, there is a scene where I want to say it was like this. It was the last season, and I think it was the very first episode with Okay. It was like Okay's very first episode where they're coming through the fence at when they're coming through the fence at where's the when the with the big iron fence a hole is broken through.
Alexandria.
Alexandria, where a fence is broken through and they're coming through the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we're under this little hooded area, and they're Okay, and the group is coming through the fence. So and the only other person who knows is behind you and everyone that is there. The only people who know this now will be you, your audience. Is me and one of the interpreters, which I believe it was Angel's interpreter, because she looked at me and I looked at her and we caught eyes for a second. So I had on my headphones, and anytime you press the iPhone button and you hold it down enough and it calls the emergency alert, it lets off a big right? It lets off a big beep, right? And so I was trying to turn down my music so I could hear them when they said action, but I held it down too long and it went and I heard it go that way, and I think everyone else heard it too. But as soon as it hit whoop, they went action, right? And so when they said action, in my ear, I hear
911. What is your emergency?
but I can't say anything
Oh God.
because
Oh.
we're in the middle of a scene, right? And so I'm like, and she's like, 911, is everything okay? And I'm just waiting. Because I'm like in my ear, she's like, do you need fire, police? And I'm like, she's like, we can dispatch to your location. And I'm like, asking, and normally they don't let scenes go on this long. So I'm like, what is going on? Oh, my God, right? I'm like, what in the mess is what is happening?
It's good
And
thing they were
finally, she
fired.
like 4 times, right? I don't know. And as soon as I yell cut, I'm like, I don't need anything. Sorry.
It would have only been better if everybody had shown up.
Oh my! I was like, oh my God! I was like, wrong call. I was like, incorrect now. And I finally hang up. And I'm like, oh my God! I'm like, oh God!
So the question is, did you wear iPods after that?
Ironically, I took them out, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to wear them anymore because this just can't go on.
It could have
This
hurt.
can't- like, I'm done.
Reeds,
So
Walker.
as soon as I did, I looked up at her, and she looked at me, and then I walked up, and she was like, "Was that you?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" She was like, "The only reason I knew it was you because you looked up at me," and I was like, and we made eye contact. And I was like,
So everybody go back and watch that episode. Pay close attention because I want to know if that scene got kept.
I'm gonna
that was
watch.
the one. We did it probably 3 times, so I don't know which one they kept. But oh my God!
Yeah, I'm
my-
watching it for sure. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch Nadine's face the whole time.
I was like, oh my God. I'm thinking, oh my God, please don't show up. Please. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tina wants to know what you were listening to.
To be honest, I was probably listening to Aerosmith. I was like, I'm always listening to Aerosmith. So I was probably listening to Aerosmith.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
911, what's our emergency?
I was like, oh my God.
Carol, I think we need a shirt.
I
Yeah.
think
I'm
Yeah.
like,
911, what's your emergency?
We're going to bring you one at camp, so you better be there. We're glad you're in the audience, Tina. If you can see your artwork sitting back behind Nadine.
Oh,
at her
yeah.
desk.
yes, you can see right there. Thank you. Yes, I keep everything. I do. I keep everything because it's like, that you thought enough to do that for me. Thank you so much.
It's so fun.
Because I do feel like she's kind of a quiet person. Because there's only one other time. I think there's one time in the show that she was ever allowed to take it off. I think she sleep in bed. And she has it off because a lot of people are like, I didn't realize you had hair, and I was like, yeah, that's my hair. Straightened. I have really, really long hair. It's short, it's really long, and I flat ironed my hair, and they were like, can you come with your hair straight? And I was like, yeah, sure. And straightened it, and she laid down, and I was like, of course they would. Now you know what? That was another funny story that day because that baby was the first time we saw a newborn baby. We had a newborn baby, and Cooper was holding that baby. So the first time, that's when I first decided to ask them to see the babies before we filmed with them, so we could make a connection with them. Because the first time we saw this baby, they were handing us a newborn baby in the dark. So I'm laying down, Cooper's getting this newborn baby, and can you imagine a newborn getting handed to a stranger in the dark? So this baby is yelling at the top of their lungs. And Cooper's like, poor baby, like, what do we do? And I'm like, oh, you guys, we got to see this baby. Like, we have to spend time to know,
Yeah. So they just give you a zombie baby afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
Well, we're going to ask Nadine the questions, ladies.
Oh, yes.
Of course, we're going to ask her the questions.
Oh, all right. What questions we got, you guys?
Well, we end our interviews with the James Lipton questions, and he was on Inside the Actor Studio, and after every interview, he had a series of questions. So we have those questions, and we've modified them a little bit here and there, especially Barb and Dawn, because they like to break your brain. they really, Barb really flustered Greg with hers. So we're going to let Carol get us started.
Okay, so I don't want you to hold anything back.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do my best.
I want to know the most important question of the evening.
Okay.
I want to know what your favorite curse word is.
My favorite curse word. Oh my God. curse word. Uh, I'm trying to think. What do I use off? It's probably to be honest, it's probably like fuck. Because I'm always
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because I do that often. I'm probably like,
That's
yeah.
right. That's Greg Nicotero's favorite, by the way. He
Yeah.
loves
yeah,
absolutely.
do. I say that off. Yeah.
All right.
I
So
yes.
other than the word fuck,
Yes.
what's your favorite word?
My favorite word? Really.
Really?
I use that often. I'm always like, really? Really?
It could be a question. It could be a statement. There's a lot of things that can be under the surface with
Absolutely.
that word. Yes. I love
Really.
it.
I
Really.
use it often. I do.
Yeah.
I know
Right,
my
so-
kid hates it because I'm always like, really?
Really?
We're gonna go with that? Really?
Yeah, because you like, do you want an explanation, or am I just going to tell you what your thought process is? I get
Yes.
it. I love it. Love it. All right. So what's your least favorite word?
I'm gonna think. Uh.
Yeah.
It takes me so much, and people are like,
I get it. I get
How
it.
many times are they gonna be like,
I love that. I love it. I haven't had that answer yet, so I really like that.
There you go.
All right. Next.
You can take this however you want.
Okay.
What turns you on?
What did you say?
What turns you on?
What turns me on? Ooh. To take it wherever I want. Ooh, okay. Intelligence. I'm not gonna lie, intelligence. Like, if someone can like spark a good conversation, even if it's something I don't like or I don't care for, it's like the conversation will be like, "Oh, I didn't think about that," or I like that.
Turns you on?
I like a good. I don't want to say debate, but a good conversation to just be like, "That's an interesting way to look at something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What turns you off?
What turns me off? Stupidity. Stupidity is like, it's one of those where I'm just like, and to be honest, I don't think there's a stupid question. That's not my deal. I'm talking about people that choose to be like, and when I say stupid, I mean like blind ignorance. People that are just choosing to go, I just don't want to listen. It's one thing if you're choosing to go, hey, I hear you. I'm just choosing to think this way. It's like, come on. But yeah.
And I add one of my own.
Okay.
You have a dinner party. You can
Okay.
invite 3 actors or actresses, dead or alive.
Okay. Who would I invite? Ooh, 3 actors or actresses? Oh, it's so hard.
This is where your brain breaks, Nadine. This is the brain break. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, passed away would be Dan Carroll. Oh my God, like my mother. I would Sidney Poitier.
Yes.
And Keanu Reeves, just because he is like one of the finest men alive to me. Even as a little kid, me and my mom had the same crush that I was like, just, my God. He's still fine, and he's like older, and I'm like, sir,
Sir.
I was right next to you on the subway.
Yes, please.
Right.
Yes, please.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite sound?
My favorite sound. I love the sound of water. I do. I'm a Cancer, so I love the sound of water. and anything to do with water, the ocean, that's
Yeah.
ideal. I do love the sound of water. I think it's
Okay.
yeah.
Least favorite sound.
Busy noises. I'm not a lot of noises, a lot of things going on. Just don't.
Yeah.
It can be very anxious for me.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I add a question.
Okay.
If you could have a birthday party, invite 3 musicians or bands, dead or alive, who would you invite? I think I already know one, Aerosmith.
Yes. My son is like a music producer. So I have music from all over. He's grown up in all kind of genres of music. And I'm an oldies, I'm a everything. I'm a classic rock girl.
Mhm.
And I'm a like a 70s, 60s.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love
Motown.
Yes.
I love Tina Turner.
Mhm.
You know, so she would be definitely one. I love Prince.
Yes.
So it would be Prince, Tina Turner, and it would be Aerosmith. That would be
That's a good 3.
I love it. That's fantastic.
And if I had to add another one, it would be like Journey or Foreigner. It would be one of those.
Yes. Journey.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. What career other than acting would you like to try?
Ooh. It's so weird. My mom was a flight attendant for 15 years, and I feel like I would be very good at being like very hospitable. I think I could do that really well. That I could be like, please, would you like a seat? Would you like a Coke? I could be, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. I can. Yeah.
What if you had a warning label? What would it be?
So I'm the kind of person, and my friends say this often, I'm the kind of person that's really good at saying truth without hurting people's feelings. So I'm a 2 things can be true person.
Mhm.
I'm always like, so you can say this and say that without
Yes.
you can be aware of people's feelings, and you can say that is a warning label too. I can always tell people, hey, so you can feel this way. It's okay to feel that way, but understand that by feeling this way, this can lead to this. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this is what this is going to come with.
Yeah.
So my warning label would be like, you're never going to get the person that totally agrees with you or the person that doesn't agree with you. It's like, you're free to feel how you feel, but I want you to understand that this is what comes with that.
Right.
And
Right.
that would be my warning label. Yeah.
Okay. And the last question: if heaven exists, what do you hope to have God say to you when you enter the pearly gates?
That I'm hoping that I hope that he tells me that I did what he intended me to do.
Nice.
Yes.
I hope that I give more than he gave me.
Nice.
Yes.
Because I think I'm supposed to pour into people
Mhm.
more than they pour into you. So I hope that I poured into people more than they've poured into me. Because I don't know. I think we've come from a place where people forget that, like we talked earlier, that people are human. And I think a lot of people are just they're pouring from sometimes empty cups, or they forget that their cup isn't empty.
Mhm.
Your cup's not empty. Sometimes you just forget that you have the ability to hold things because people have told you your cup is empty.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Well, Nadine, I can definitely tell you, you have filled our cups and our souls tonight.
It's been an absolute
So
pleasure to have you.
Aw, ladies. You too.
It's been an absolute divine pleasure having you with us tonight, and we love you.
I'm
and
sorry
we
I
hope-
was late. I'm so sorry.
No,
Fine.
no.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We hope you come back.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me. I know I pulled the card out and I put it on my desk and I was like, have I not messaged them? Have I not let them know that I was like, let me get on it because I remember talking to you all about it. And I was like, let me make sure I let them know. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're so thankful for you. We hope that you come back in May to the camp because we want to see you again and get down with you.
Love you guys too. Thank you, Anissa.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, definitely.
And
Yes.
Nadine,
love
there is a kids book that I would highly recommend to a lot of people that is based on your answer to what you had hoped that God would say to you at the pearly gates. And it's a children's book, and it's called Have You Filled a Bucket Lately? And it is a book that I have read to my children, and
Yes.
it is all about filling other people's buckets. And so I would highly recommend that you look into that. It's called Have You Filled a Bucket Lately? It's a kid's book, but it's an important lesson for a lot of people to teach their children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of our favorites. And so
Okay.
I would highly
Who
recommend
that's by?
it is by, hold on.
It sounds like even adults need to be reading that.
Yeah, it's by a woman by the name of Carol McLeod.
Carol McLeod. Okay.
Yes. And it's Have You Filled a Bucket Today is what it's called.
Okay. Have you filled
That's
the book?
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. She doesn't
I love
remember.
Samara has some blank moments in her life too. Her favorite book was A Monster at the End of the Book. It's a golden book with Grover. So,
That's Noah's
Oh,
too.
the books.
Monster at the End of the Book. I mean, it's a Grover thing. So
It's good. Noah loves that.
it's our
I love
favorite.
that. My mom is literally one of my favorite people, and she always would tell me, I just want you to be a good person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want you to be a good person because at the end of the day, people, and it's said before, people don't forget what you say to them. They forget how you make them feel, and you
Right.
don't want to be the kind of person that someone is older in life and they think of you as
Yeah.
being their worst memory.
I know.
You don't want to be someone's worst
No.
memory.
Right. That's
Right.
right.
When
That's
you
right.
could be anything in the world, why would you want to be someone's worst memory?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
love you. We thank you again, and
So much.
we can't wait to see you again in person. Karen Tanking, if you're on here, make it happen again in May.
Yes. I will definitely be there next year. Oscar and the team was so great. You ladies were so great. Thank you for coming to see me and inviting me. And
And you know
thank
what?
you
As an actor, come and hang out with us.
Yeah.
for the time. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time to see me and and for coming on here to tune in and
we
everything
want
and keep supporting these ladies. This is great. You very rarely get to see a group of women come
Mhm.
on and have a podcast that has substance and intelligence and beauty and just all the things. You see guys come on and do all these things, but I love to see some kick-ass women doing some stuff. I do. I'm all
Yeah.
about it. I'm all
That's
about
it. That's all we are.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
All right.
All right.
Good
We
night,
love you.
Nadine.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
sweetheart.
ladies. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye, babe.
I will see you all later.
Bye, bye.
right.
Ladies, I've got to make a quick exit. I love everybody, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
We're going to throw up our Patreons here.
I just loved her. She just makes you in a better mood, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Casey and Katrina Floyd. We like to thank our patrons and financial supporters of our show. Casey and Katrina Floyd, Brandon Cade, Ben and Melissa Gilbert, Terry and Kay Collier. Terry was in the house tonight. Jonathan and Michelle Cooley, Wesley and Sarah Hale, Jasmine Mullins, Vaughn Montalago, Jason Cohn, Tracy Killen Stotes, Mary and Craig, Linda Athens. Linda was in the comments tonight. Casey was in the comments. Crystal Fink, David Tuckerman, Julie Blackwell. Julie was in the comments. Jason Hill, Kayla Duro, Debbie Juno Jerome. Debbie was in the house. Anissa was in the house. Edward and Diana Ponce Krupa. Kiki Sophia. Kiki was in the house. Mark was in the house tonight.
Finally.
Pamela was in the house tonight. Regina Lawson. Tina Stromberg. Tina was in the house. Randy Nickel. Samara. Samara was in the house. Dustin Baker. Dustin popped in for a minute. I seen him. Sandy Morrison. I can't see that.
Janice Hayes.
I can't see her name. It's like blur.
So Barb, we're gonna have to change that to yellow.
Yeah, I can't. It's
Yeah.
like worse than the white.
I thought it would be too bright because the white was bright, but
Yeah.
Carol should just
Janice,
name.
what's it say?
Janice Griffin.
No, I was talking about your friend Janice. I know Janice Griffin.
Janice Hasty Sherrod.
There you go. See, it's like worse than the white one. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Janice. I apologize.
We'll fix it.
Debbie Sullivan and Elizabeth Hanson Green. Justin had a quickie, Terry.
Yeah, Justin had a quickie. Yeah,
And a very special thank you to Casey and Oscar. I think I seen Casey pop in for a minute.
for a second.
Yeah.
He did.
And if you want to check us out, we have our Facebook group page where we play our games and give away monthly prizes, our podcast page, and we're at 1,200 girls.
Yes.
Yay. Thanks everyone for sharing.
Yes.
We're on Instagram, which Greg Nicotero just followed us like an hour ago.
Wow.
That's the highlight of the night.
I know. It's great.
We are also on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, IMDb, and Carol keeps that going. We have our merchandise where there's a link, I think,
Yeah, there
on
is.
the page.
Uh-huh.
And then Patreon, you can be a $10 Patreon or a $20 Patreon a month.
And why do people want to be Patreons, Don?
Because we give back to the lovely people in the comments.
That's right. Okay, guys. We've got another guest coming on this week later on. Yulin is her name.
Mm-hmm.
And she is one of the people that worked on the show as one of the costume designers for
Yes.
the show. Is that Thursday that we're...
I can't remember if it's Wednesday or Thursday.
We'll post it on the Facebook page. We're going to talk to you about all things costume related on The Walking Dead, and that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
We got Daryl Dixon coming up soon.
yeah, super excited about that. Go watch the trailer. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
So I guess that's it, everybody.
And we'll see you this week again.
Good night.
Right.